Swinging swords, swaying dragons, and the struggle of heir all scream one thing. Game of Thrones prequel is in town. Dropping a banger of an episode. The fans are curious as to why all the cast of House of Dragons looks so familiar. And we are about to tell you. Stay tuned till the end to get all your curious cats scurried away. Heir or Heiress, first episode recap. Unabashedly for Game of Thrones fans, House of Dragons is set over 172 years before the birth of Daenerys Targaryen on its original set. The premiere gives us the typical Game of Thrones stew, violently revolting, gut-wrenching, and fighting over succession well-acted characters. Interestingly, House of Dragons is designed for anyone new to this fiasco. In simple words, you can watch the show without necessarily having watched Game of Thrones. It lays out the Targaryen family squabble from scratch. So, spoiler alert! We're about to dig into the first episode. Retaining the legendary theme song of Game of Thrones, the episode starts out with Princess Rhaenyra landing her golden-scaled dragon, Syrax. When she slides off the glorious dragon's back, it is a nostalgic hit. She uncannily resembles Daenerys until she spins around. The silver hair and the poise, we are taken back to the youthful years of Daenerys Targaryen. King Jiher, the first Targaryen, who is the grandson of Aegon the Conqueror, the legendary dragon rider who first conquered the Seven Kingdoms and established the incestuous Targaryen dynasty, is in need of a dire heir. When a council is formed to help choose his successor, the ballot falls between his granddaughter Rhaenys and his grandson Viserys. But as you would have guessed, the patriarchy ruling through the reigns, Viserys is chosen as a rightful heir. And this is set as the premise of the episode. With history repeating, King Viserys, who is played by Paddy Considine, also faces the same dilemma. He has no son, no heir. When the council is formed again to decide upon an heir, the candidates are none other than the new Daenerys, Princess Rhaenyra, and Viserys' brother Daemon. Princess Rhaenyra is the ambitious dragon rider who wants to create a new world order, like Daenerys, who wanted to break the wheel. On the other hand, Daemon is quite an antagonist, ruthless, raging, and rebellious. He is the commander of the City Watch. As viewers would agree, it is seemingly hard to forget the revolting scene of Daemon golden-caped knights murdering random people in the street. But for long-lasting fans of Game of Thrones, this is nothing apart from casual. Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King, disagrees with Daemon's methods and behaviors. Maybe a lot more than usual. Something's cooking here, but this is not it. We also observe Daemon, Rhaenyra's uncle. Let's not forget presenting Rhaenyra with a Valerion steel necklace. Incest may be a Targaryen norm, but Daemon seems to be right into it. Let's hope this is just speculation. Viserys' pregnant wife, Queen Aemma, is shown to be prohibitively done with intentions of producing children in hopes of a son. Lest she knows she will not be alive anymore to do so. Horrific, harrowing, and horrible. The Queen's delivery scene is simultaneously displayed with the wanton carnage at a jousting tournament. The murder of the Queen by the orders of the King to extract the babe out may be one of the most harrowing scenes HBO has ever shown to its viewers. Unfortunately, Viserys loses both his wife and son. With King Viserys reprimanding Daemon, Princess Rhaenyra is chosen as an heir, the first girl to inherit the Iron Throne. The family secret, a dream of song of fire and ice, is bestowed upon her, and reluctant knees bend to pronounce her the new queen. It does feel weird to be back in Westeros, but we have our fingers crossed for more dragon screen time. And less, let's just say, incest. Daenerys and Rhaenyra connection. Before we move on to the ever-amazing and ever-familiar cast of House of Dragons, is it crucially important that we answer the most pressing question? Is Daenerys related to Rhaenyra? The first episode of The House of the Dragon introduces us to some of the main characters, but there is a steep learning curve because of the magnitude of the Targaryen family and their propensity to use the same names from generation to generation. Other family trees in this reality are frequently simpler to follow, but the Targaryens have an absurd number of Aegons, Aemons, Viserys, and so on. Oh, and don't forget about their feigned penchant for getting married to one another. This is a fun Targaryen feature we'll soon see. Rhaenyra Targaryen, to whom Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones has been compared in the run-up to House of the Dragon, is a distant ancestor. Between King Viserys I and Aerys II, Daenerys' father and the Mad King, there are more than a dozen Targaryen kings since the new program is set 2 centuries before Game of Thrones. Due to the incestuous custom of marrying sister and brother, the Targaryen family tree becomes rather convoluted, although Rhaenyra is roughly the equivalent to Daenerys' great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. The Mad King's sister wife, Rhaella, gave birth to Daenerys. She is their third child following Viserys and Rhaegar, who is also Jon Snow's father. It is a little more than head-boggling, but don't you worry. It will all get clear as the sequel progresses. At least, we hope so. But now we move on to curing your curiosity and do a little cast trivia. Where have you seen them all before? King Viserys Targaryen, the Peaky King? Well, if you think you've seen the ascender of the Seven Kingdoms, King Viserys Targaryen, before, you are not wrong. In fact, you have seen him much more than you could even remember. The little roles this talented British actor has played are innumerable, but if you still cannot pick a finger on it just yet, let us enlighten you. From playing Comrade Andreyev in Death of Stalin to acting as Father John Hughes in Peaky Blinders, Paddy Considine is the most versatile actor. Paddy has written infamously famous movies including Dead Man's Shoes. Fun fact, he's also known for playing Richard in Dead Man's Shoes. Quite a rapport he's built. We don't think anyone could have fit the shoes of Viserys as well as Paddy. Prince Daemon Targaryen, a.k.a. Matt Smith, a.k.a. Prince Phillips. To be honest, at first it also didn't dawn upon us as to where we had seen Prince Daemon before, but a little memory jogging led us to realize that Matt Smith is not new to being a prince. In Netflix's reincarnation of The Crown, Matt Smith effortlessly played the role of youthful Prince Philip. This character earned Matt a Primetime Emmy Award nomination. He was pretty awesome. The way he dwells into the role is mesmerizing. But that's not it from Matt's side. All the BBC series Doctor Who fans would have instantly recognized the devilish Daemon, as he was the 11th incarnation of the Doctor. Smith has also been seen in a lot of fiction movies, with the latest one being Morbius, where he plays the criminal-turned-killer Loaxius Crown. Alison Hightower, the most comely woman in the Seven Kingdoms. Alison Hightower is the charming redhead you saw with Princess Rhaenyra. She is the daughter of the Hand of the King, Otto Hightower, and is played by Olivia Cooke. If her voice sounds familiar to you more than ever, it's because she lent her voice to the popular podcast series Soft Voices. Her voice is so soothing, she can have us in a trance. With acting as Amy Ducote in the A&E series, Cooke has starred in the drama thriller series Bates Motel and the Vanity Fair period drama as Becky Sharp. You'd be surprised to know that Olivia Cade is also an excellent dancer whose dream was to become a ballet dancer. Life really is unpredictable. Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen in Game of Thrones parody. You wouldn't believe us if we told you that Emma D.R.C. actually thought House of Dragons was a Game of Thrones parody. It had us in our wits 7 hells and over. A cool fact about Emma is that she identifies as a non-binary person. And that's not it. All the Netflix binge watchers would find their rising faces familiar. It is because they played the character of Naomi Richards in Wanderlust. With this, they'll also appear in the comedy horror series Truth Seekers, enacting the role of Astrid. Otto Hightower, a.k.a. Xenophilius Lovegood. Harry Potter fans here should have their eyes popped open. Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King, is played by Rhys Ifan, who has incomparably acted out the role of Xenophilius Lovegood in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. If that isn't enough, Rhys has also achieved so much more in movies. His most notable parts may be seen in such movies as Notting Hill, Enduring Love, Kevin Perry Go Large, The Kingsman, and The 5-Year Engagement, amongst others. In The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home, Ifans also played the Lizard, a role he later revisited. Ifans has performed extensively on TV as well, appearing in programs including Elementary, Berlin Station, and Sally Mally, where he served as the narrator. He was also a cast member of Temple's second season. Lord Corliss Valerion, a.k.a. the Sea Snake. The Barbadian British actor Steve Toussaint's face is the one that can never go unrecognizable. The charming actor beneath that white wig is known for his role as Siso in Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Adding to this, he starred in Silent Witness, Scott and Bailey, and Inspector Lewis. Prince Rhaenys Targaryen, the Doctor Princess. Emily Eve Best may have become a victim of patriarchy in House of Dragons premiere, but she certainly rocks it in the real world. If you are a medical show freak, then you might wonder, where have I seen her before? Well, the answer to that is Nurse Jackie. Eve Best played the role of Eleanor O'Hara in the Showtime series Nurse Jackie, which ran from 2009 to 2013. But that is not the appearance she's made. While playing Wallace Simpson in The King's Speech, Eve also played the role of Monica Chathwin in the BBC miniseries The Honorable Woman. The viewers would be amazed to know that she made her Broadway debut in 2007 in the revival of A Moon for the Misbegotten, for which she won the Drama Desk Award. Theater and Eve Best go a long way. Sir Criston Cole, 3-role man. The handsome young man who defeated Prince Daemon in The Tourney. We are afraid for his fate, but in the real world, he might be just getting lucky. It's okay if you have seen Fabian for the first time, because prior to the Game of Thrones sequel, Fabian Frankel had only 3 acting credits to his name: NYPD Blue, An Uncandid Portrait, and The Serpent. Interestingly, the only film credit he has is of Last Christmas, which starred Emilia Clarke, who played Daenerys in Game of Thrones. Fingers crossed for Sir Criston, he might live up to his charms. Viseria, Daemon's lover. Sonoya Mizuno, who has already starred in several fantastic series and films, plays Viseria in House of the Dragon. She has acted in movies notably Ex Machina and the science fiction picture Annihilation. In addition, she appeared in supporting parts in the delightful romantic comedies Crazy Rich Asians and La La Land, both musicals. With lead roles in the Netflix original Maniac and the Hulu original Devs, both of which starred Nick Offerman, Mizuno has also found success in television. So, what do you think of the premiere episode, and which character played his role best? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Gods be upon us.